Hi, my friends. It's Meredith, your evolutionary astrologer, and today we're going to talk about this evolutionary green light. So, you are getting this mystical, but yet very practical green light. And I want to talk about how the Saturn Neptune conjunction at 0 degrees Aquarius, this pivotal place, this plate tectonics change, is going to sort of shake up your north node where your soul is learning to grow and go. So, like I mentioned, this is a karmic green light. And the Saturn Neptune conjunction is creating a reset. And at that 0 degrees Aries point, and it is going to activate on 2/20/2026, but we can already see it going on in the collective right now. And we probably can feel it coming to a boiling point inside of us. But I want to help you in this video unlock the power of your North Node. Hi, my friends. It's Meredith, your evolutionary astrologer, and I have got a great video for you today. We are going to talk about your North Node, and this is where your soul is learning to grow. And you know that I have spent the last 5 weeks on this Saturn-Neptune conjunction at that plate tectonics 0 degrees Aries pivotal power point, right? Well, in last week's video, I talked to you about what are you trying to let go? What is dissolving? What is being restructured in your life with looking at the South Node? But in this video, I want to tell you where this karmic green light is being triggered in your chart, what it's going to feel like. And I want to kind of show you what the future your soul has chosen or has an opportunity to choose. And I also want to just show you how this Aries PowerPoint will work with your North Node and how it unlocks your North Node path. Now, you know that the North Node represents the journey, the evolution of your soul. And so there's a part of you that if your soul can dream it and can build it, it can become it right now. This is going to be something even bigger than your own free will energy. This is a time when your destiny demands or is demanding courage and structure and faith. So we're going to talk about all of it. Now, listen to me. Not every single sign is going to be mentioned at first because I'm going to talk about the aspects, but I am going to go through all 12 signs of the North Node. So stay till the end of this video. You're going to learn so much, and go look at the people that you love in their life, in their chart. Go look at where their North Node is so you can see if you are how you can be supportive for them and what they might be experiencing too. So let's talk about this. If your North Node is conjunct, and I'm going to go through all 12 signs again, but just stick with me with these aspects, and you're going to learn a ton. If you don't already know aspects, you're going to learn all about aspects right now. Okay, if your North Node is sitting at 0 degrees Aries, this is so huge. This is so big. This is cataclysmic. This is so cathartic. There is no way you are not feeling this. Now, I want to tell you, I do take a 10-degree orb to create these aspects. So if your North Node is in Aries anywhere between 0 and 10 degrees, I'm talking to you right now. So this is called a conjunction. And that means that out there in the sky, where in the universe, I should say, where Saturn and Neptune are meeting up at the 0 degrees Aries point on 2/20/2026, well, that is sitting right smack on your North Node in Aries. And this is going to be activated for a full year between February 20th, 2026 and next March 2027. And so I'm just going to tell you that your life path is calling you to embody a whole new identity, not just imagine it. This is not like theoretical growth. This is lived living out a new identity, and you're learning how to act on faith without losing your discipline, but filling up your whole body with faith. And you're learning to lead without deceiving yourself. Like you're not going to just, I guess, chase flights of fancy, but yet there's something about you where you're supposed to really have a deep faith about your life, about yourself, about your power. And the future is going to require you to take responsibility for a vision that probably once felt overwhelming or even impossible. And so you're meant to right now become a living example of turning maybe spiritual insight or spirituality into pragmatic, real world leadership. So, are you a faith leader? Are you a faith builder? Are you a dream weaver? So, this is a karmic initiation. And this is when you will choose being brave over staying confused. Doors will, I should say, doors that open will feel fated. You'll feel like this is my destiny. So if you have, and we're going to go more into it in a moment, but I just want to talk about these aspects up front. If you have your North Node in Cancer or Capricorn between 0 degrees and 10 degrees, well, this is called a square. And this is not this is not an easy aspect, but it could become very maturing, if you will. There is an inner conflict between fear, between being kind of afraid and really stepping into the highest expression of yourself and doing what it takes. Your growth, though, your dreams, if you will, might feel a little bit blocked until you really work on where are you hesitant? Why are you doubting yourself? Or what kind of denial or idealism is plaguing you? And getting really, really, really freaking real with yourself. And you may feel torn between wanting clarity and avoiding all the risks that moving forward or expanding yourself requires. And so this is a lesson that is learning that growth is uncomfortable by design. You're not doing anything wrong. It's just really scary and uncomfortable to step into this higher expression of myself. It's scary to put yourself out there. It's scary to take the risks. But progress comes from when you stop waiting to feel ready, but instead you build strength through taking action. It's kind of like the fear around um, having a baby. It's like, oh gosh, we're not ready. If we waited to get ready to have a baby, we would probably never have a baby, right? It's kind of like that. It's so daunting. So, this square is going to forge maturity, and your destiny is going to unlock through conscious effort, facing your fears, facing your doubts, removing the blocks, moving through them, moving through the blocks and trusting yourself. So that is for if you've got your North Node in Cancer or Capricorn. And it's going to feel maybe even like a stomach ache, a rumble. Okay, if it's trine, this is if your North Node is in Leo or Sagittarius. This has more of a natural alignment with your soul's direction, and growth flows when you really just trust your instincts and you take initiative in your sense of purpose. And you have, and at this time, you probably have a great intuitive sense of when to act, how to do, how to be, and when to surrender. And this is a rare gift. It's almost like you are intuitively in synchronicity, and your spiritual vision, if you will easily translate into tangible progress and leadership. And so when I say spiritual vision, I just kind of mean like when you're in alignment when you're in total alignment with your passions, with what you genuinely believe in, with your divine purpose, when you are truly in your highest authentic self and dream. I will tell you, if you have a North Node in Sag or Leo, you're really supported at this time in building something that is meaningful, something that is creative, something that brings fire and passion to your heart, something that is authentic and long lasting. And following your divine path or your divine purpose feels strangely familiar, as if you've been preparing for this all your life long. So let's see about the opposition. So if you have your North Node in opposition to the 0 degrees Aries, Saturn conjunct Neptune pivotal point, that means something outside of you, a person, a system, a belief, a fear, an obligation, or even a loss, or even some event, if you will, is forcing you to confront whether or not you're truly willing to walk your divine path. You will be, you will probably feel both a faith and a fear, and you're torn between who you are becoming and what feels safe and familiar, right? Like, do I really want to be out there, or do I just kind of want to relax and play it small? And you're asked right now to release an older dream that you once had so a truer, newer dream can take its place. You're also being asked to quit outsourcing your authority and stop waiting for permission from something outside of you. Stop following a future that was chosen for you by somebody else rather than by you. And so, with this case, so this is basically if you have your North Node in Libra, the transit is asking you an uncompromising question. Will you choose your North Node, even if it costs you an old identity or an older dream or the role you have been playing, right? And if you do choose that, if you do choose your North Node, which is the higher expression of yourself, your path removes the fog and your purpose becomes embodied. And again, not metaphorical or allegorical or theoretical. And you step into spiritual divine integrity. And there is a gift with this opposition because you will find divine authority lives inside of you. It's not blind faith, it's not rigid control, but it's a grounded, lived truth that says something like, I am willing to build a future that is both real and divinely sacred. Yeah. So let's talk about the sextile. And that would be if your North Node is in Gemini or Aquarius. So the sextile creates an invitation, it's not a demand. When Saturn and Neptune unite at that 0 degrees Aries, and it sextiles your North Node between 0 and 10 degrees of Gemini or Aquarius, the universe is opening a door, or there's a knock at the door saying, if you're willing to take one brave step, I'll take one with you. And so this is a destiny aligning through your choice, your effort, and your timing. And what this actually feels like is, unlike the opposition, this transit doesn't just knock things over, right? It gently guides you. And it's like there's a sudden workable vision for your new future, a spiritual calling that feels real, realistic, not like you're just fanciful. And there is support from the right people at the right time. So, do you have a divine mentor in your life that's helping you and supporting you in building your dream? It's a feeling that's like a sense that this path is actually doable. Yeah. So if you have your North Node in Aries between 0 and 10 degrees, I want to know you. I want to know what is happening in your life. Will you please leave a comment for us? Because this is very, very powerful. This is the most powerful placement. And also, please go watch if you have your south node between 0 degrees and 10 degrees Aries. Go watch last week's video where I went through all 12 signs for the south node. Because when the south node is in Aries or the north node is in Aries, these people will be by far the most affected. Absolutely. Like this is your whole life is changing and it will never be the same again. So your fate is to initiate a new identity from the ground up. And this is your life is going to completely transform and change right now. And this is like a soul level rebirth where your destiny is to lead with courage, clarity, and spirituality in in alignment. And so when your north node is conjunct this Saturn Neptune conjunction at the 0 degrees pivotal point, plate tectonics, right? Your destiny stops whispering and it starts commanding and demanding. You are going to become so restless with the way your life has been. And this is the part of your lifetime where you stop channeling your purpose and you embody it. So you're initiating basically right now the life you were born to lead. So I want to know, do you have this? Do you have this placement? Your soul is sort of no longer allowed to dream its destiny. It is here to initiate it, create it, right? Light the spark, to turn your vision into form and to become the living proof of your purpose. Okay, let's talk about if you have your north node in Taurus. Now, this is a semi-sextile. And so what this means is it's not going to be as loud and as dramatic as if you had your north node in Aries. It works more quietly under the surface in small and deliberate and tiny adjustments, not giant sweeping change for you, but growth does occur. And you're learning how to translate this raw Aries initiation, you're alchemizing it into Taurus stability. Isn't that exciting? And something that is long lasting. And so your destiny, your calling unfolds through consistency, through embodiment. You need to embody that which you believe in and follow through. So this aspect is saying make tiny, brave choices every single day, and your future quietly reshapes itself. It's like go get into the gym 5 days a week and watch the transformation of your body. Now, it's not really that. I'm just telling you, if you did work out 5 days a week, and let's say you never worked out before, you would see that your whole body would change form. That's exactly what this is. So Taurus North Node people, you need to really commit to your soul's assignment is to build stability slowly and consistently, learning that true security comes from embodied values on a daily basis and being loyal to them rather than forcing urgency. Like I gotta get I gotta get all my muscles in a night. It's not going to happen. And your soul is actually, it wants to stop surviving on chaos and start building something more stable and real and worthy and sustainable of your energy, worthy of your time and energy. And this is your initiation to embody and grow and be with people and do things that build your self-worth, turning your vision also into, are you ready? Who has this placement? Who has this North Node in Taurus? Turning your vision into income and into maybe turning your spirituality into expressing your divine authentic self, what you really believe in, and becoming a stable force in your own life. And also, I would say, building a life that finally helps you feel safe because you, my sweet friend, created it. And so if you have this aspect, it is a subtle but very potent aspect and energy. If you have your North Node in Gemini, again, this is a sextile, and your destiny is being encouraged to maximize your curiosity, maximize your communication, maximize your learning, use your voice. This is an easier aspect that supports your life lesson of using your voice to translate your vision into understanding and inspiration. This is a very inspirational, this is a time when you can become the inspiration in your life and in others' lifetimes. And so this sextile, because we know that Saturn Neptune at 0 degrees Aries makes that harmonious sextile to the North Node in Gemini, your destiny is activating through you using your mind and your voice. And this is the moment in time where you absolutely have to stop overthinking. Overthinking keeps you paralyzed. It keeps you in the analysis paralysis, I should say. And instead, start initiating conversations and teachings and messages that really matter and move the meter. Your voice can move the meter. So, what do you believe in? And what do you need to do to put those beliefs, if you will, the beliefs about your life, about your dream, about who you are, about what you want to do in your life? What higher version of yourself wants to be expressed? And then how can you express it? Your message matters right now, your internal dialogue and your external dialogue, but your future is depending on, and it will unfold when you trust your curiosity, when you speak even before you're ready to. Just get out there and do it. And you build something concrete from your ideas, from your words, and from your connections that all felt too small to even matter. Now you have a very, very, very potent microphone. You have a very potent stage to stand on to put your thoughts into activation, high activation, so you can start working on the most brilliant, best part of your soul's journey. Okay, North Node people, I should say North Node in Cancer people. This is a square aspect. And so this is one of the harder aspects to have. And life can feel like it's really volatile but important. It can feel chaotic but serious. And so your fate requires emotional maturation right now through taking on the challenge of you being you, pushing yourself to redefine what it means to be safe. Like, are you really safe in your situation right now? Do you really belong, or do you just think you do? So, and I also want to say, also, creating a new concept of safety and security at the same time as learning to nurture yourself without retreating from your calling, without giving up your calling. You can do both things at the same time. You can stay safe, play to have it all, basically. I remember when I was I remember when I was having my baby and then she was born. And then I got an opportunity to do a commercial in Slovakia, which, by the way, is where I taught English as a second language to eighth graders back in 1998 and 1999. And my child was born in 2006. So many years later, I got this opportunity to return to Slovakia to do a commercial for a drug that I took that I was a spokesperson for. Maybe you know it. It's called Enbrel. And all I had to do was put a saddle on a horse and show that the drug works. And the drug did work. It was absolutely amazing. Anyways, my baby was only 16 weeks old. And I just thought, how am I ever going to go to Slovakia, with a baby? But it was kind of a dream because I really wanted to help people who suffered from the same disease that I have. And I really believed in this medication because it changed my life. It allowed me to run 5Ks and 2 half marathons and a marathon. I mean, it gave me my life back again. So it was really a dream for me to do. Well, it reminds me of this North Node in Cancer, although I don't have this placement, where it was really scary. First of all, just traveling doing that whole trip, giving up my life here, getting a dog sitter, setting up my life where it still functioned, having enough money. By the way, they paid me $3,000. So it was a lot of money. It was really worth it for me. I didn't do it for the money, but they paid me that, and all expenses paid, et cetera, et cetera. Anyways, I played to have it all, to have the safety and the security, and to go on the trip. So do not retreat from your calling. Do not stay in your self-protection and let opportunities pass you by right now. Really play to have it all. Have your baby, travel, make your money, do your calling, stand in your destiny, and open up your heart to new opportunities that fill it up with positivity. Stop. I guess I want to say this is a time when you're going to be asked to take off your armor and get a little bit more vulnerable in the emotional truth of who are you, even when it feels terrifying or vulnerable to do so. This is the initiation where building the future means choosing taking the risk and playing to have it all. And there's a softness with this. There's a vulnerability at this time. And choosing intimacy is also very, very important rather than just sort of being in your protective shell. And also learning that you can't force anything. Don't make don't make decisions out of desperation. I just want you to step into the courage of really being in alignment with what fills up your heart and opportunities that come your way. Maybe don't say no right away. Sometimes cancers are like, no, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not putting myself out there. Just evaluate it and see if you can set up all the dominoes in your life so they don't fall down, and you can play to take the risk and have the security. I have to ask you guys, are you coming to learn with me in Seattle, Washington, May 14, 15, 16, and 17? Oh my God, I hope so. We are going to study the progress chart. And then on the third day, we're going to do your progress chart. By the way, have you gotten your Astro Gold package? Oh my God, please tell me that you have gotten your advanced Astro Gold package. You can just get it at shopsoulnavigation.com. You absolutely need to get that package. You'll get your unique chart rulers report, which you definitely need to know your chart rulers, and you will get your progress chart and you will get your progressed report. It is so, so, so good. Anyways, we are working with your progress chart. And if you're interested in the evolution of your soul, you need to be working with your progress chart because it shows us the evolution of your soul. It shows us how your soul is evolving and where you are at on your soul's evolutionary path right now. And it's critical. And if you have your planets changing signs in your progress chart, that is a massively critical time in your life. And it's just absolutely imperative that you start working with your progress chart. So we're going to work with your progress chart for 2 full days. And then on the third day, I'm going to teach you heavenly timing techniques where we are going to learn how to pick the best, the luckiest, the most auspicious transits that work in your favor. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And then I have tons of activities. You can check it all out at soulnavigation.com. Just click on the workshop. Anyways, let's keep going. So if you have your North Node in Leo, this is a trine aspect. And this is one of the easier aspects. For North Node in Leo people, I want to say that your soul's path wants to be lit on fire right now. Your creative self-expression, it is time to get creative. I don't want you to think of creativity as limiting, like, just baking a cake or dancing or doing art. No, I mean massively creative, like the creation of life and self-expression and heart-led leadership, if you will, to lead and to be bold in your leadership. And this is a time where your soul wants to shine. It wants to be radiant. It wants to be vital, and not with ego, and not for just a performance, but to open your heart, I should say, to have your open heart inspire others to also simultaneously open their heart. This is a time for massive generosity, generosity of your creativity, of your passion, of your light, of your radiance. And you are getting a green light to step into creative, visible leadership. This is creative fire. And you are meant to stand up for who you truly want to be in the world, and then go out there in the world and be it unapologetically. And your soul's path is going to open because this is a trine. And it's like, quit dimming your light, or quit playing small, or hiding behind somebody else, or hiding to stay safe, right? The heart embodied courage right now is going to be reflected through your own self-expression. Allow your heart, allow your talent, allow your attitude, allow your presence to really stand in the regality of your beauty, of your craft, of your self-expression. This is so exciting, and it's not arrogant and it's not egotistical, because it's genuine, it's deep, and it is real. Okay, if you have your North Node in Virgo, this is a semi-sextile and aspect. And your life lesson right now, this is a little bit more subtle, but it is to approach, I guess, refinement through service is how I would discuss this or define this. Learning to align your faith with practical devotion. Like, what are you devoted to? And let the purpose, the meaning, and the value of your life emerge through small, meaningful acts on a daily basis. This is also, you could find that there's an animal that comes into your life right now that changes the whole trajectory of your life. There could be a lot of magic found through the support and love of an animal. And there could be big lessons that come to you through an animal or a pet. And I want to tell you that the semi-sextile is also called the quincunx. And so this can feel ako taco. This can feel just like, gosh, everything's quirky, or, why am I always taking left-hand turns, or why am I on this roller coaster? And so you're going to be in a recalibration of your daily life. Your daily life needs to be recalibrated, and maybe even reconstructed in some way, like how you're actually waking up, doing your routine, your exercise routine, your wellness routine, your health routine. And this is where I will tell you, it's more like editing your life so you can have your life feel more efficient, effective, useful, practical, grounded, thoughtful. I also want to tell you, really working on your craft, your self-mastery, mastering yourself right now in a way that helps your path unfold to reaching and finding your better, higher self. I also want to tell you that it's going to take courage for you to do your life differently a little bit. Like, maybe you want to give up a bad habit at this time. Maybe you are going to find that you can step into your dream by working on it bit by bit by bit by bit by bit to build the mountain. And I also want to tell you that you might feel that you need to reorganize the way you do your work or your job, your health. Your daily systems are forcing you to forget about being perfect and instead create more simplistic, functional routines that allow your spiritual gifts to be delivered more consistently, not sporadically, and to reorganize the chaos. Okay, my friends, if you have your North Node in Libra, this is in opposition to that Saturn conjunct Neptune in Aries. And this is a pretty big deal. I think this is the second most important aspect, if you will. Your destiny is demanding integration because this is the opposition. And you're being asked to really take a look at your relationships right now and to balance your independence, your selfhood, if you will, and your relationships. And what are they costing you? As you learn, you already know that relationships begin with self love, they begin with a fully formed sense of yourself. And with your North Node in Libra opposing the Saturn Neptune conjunction, your destiny is confronting you through your relationships, forcing you to stop, I guess, leading alone, right? And maybe learning the sacred art or the sacred work of true partnerships that have equality in them and not just taking on all the energy of the partnership, doing it all, and also not living just as a lone wolf, if you will. So, partnering with people, romantic partners and otherwise, that where you're going to choose conscious collaboration over controlling everything, having your identity be erased, and finding relationships that have more balance, intimacy, shared leadership, and not living in weak relationships or living with people who are vampires sucking the lifeblood out of you. And this is the very path your soul has come here to master and to learn, I should say. You might not be able to master it in one lifetime, but for North Node and Libra people, you really are supposed to learn how to not just live autonomously and independently, but learn the power and the art of true collaboration, collaboration and equality, I should say. So let's talk about the North Node in Scorpio. This is the other quincunx, and so it also feels a little bit awkward, but less awkward. And that is, I should say, less awkward than Virgo because Aries and Scorpio share Mars as their ruling planet. And so there is a deep recalibration here as well, where your soul is going to go through a transformation, shedding control, also emotional entanglements or situationships that do not fulfill you at all, that are just, I don't know, using you for your money or your power, or having such a power imbalance inside your relationships. I think you're going to see that right now your soul wants to find its rightful power, its spiritual truth, and there will be a conscious rebirth in your life right now. And so it's almost like your destiny demands this deep internal recalibration around who am I? Who am I? Who have I been? And who do I want to become? This is where like raw courage is just going to collide with all your buried fears. So if you have a fear around deep intimacy and deep love, and you have your North Node in Scorpio, this is a time when fate can bring you a love that you will need to be vulnerable to. This is when power dynamics are going to be shaken up. And this is where you're going to see that there's an opportunity to work on your buried fears. The fears that come from your psychological psyche, if you will. So what are your psychological fears? What are you afraid of? Because this is a time in which your life is going to need to get raw, real, and emotionally very, very honest. Your pathway, your divine pathway is going to open up when you stop trying to control everything. And instead, you choose the radical truth. And maybe you don't even know what the outcome is going to be, but you are going to stand in the truth of this. and choosing soul level intimacy, like intimacy with a soulmate, choosing to understand yourself at the deeper psychological level. And I would also say choosing authentic power over survival strategies. You're not here just to survive life, you're here to be empowered, and no longer choosing to be intimate with people that hurt you or wound you or don't allow you to find deep joy within the relationship, but that punish you chronically. Get out of relationships, intimacy situations that put you down or pull you down. Okay, if you have your North Node in Sagittarius, this is a trine. This is super fun. This is going to feel a little bit like the Leo, the people who have the North Node in Leo, but your fate is going to sort of effortlessly open up and opportunities are going to find you. And I think what's going to happen to you, which is really, really exciting, is yes, your courage, but your confidence is going to move from confidence into wisdom. Your confidence is going to alchemize into wisdom. And that looks like, let's say you're giving a TED Talk. I've given this example before, and you have your TED Talk memorized, and you're in the wings and you haven't walked out onto the stage yet. The confident person has memorized their lines, and they're like, and we could even see this like with ice skaters. I'm watching the Olympics right now. The confidence is like memorizing your routine and being in your confidence and like, I can do this. I've got this. I've got this. I've got this. And you walk out and you memorize, you have your script memorized and you say it. That's a confident person. And you're charming and you're endearing. The person who is in their wisdom just goes out there because they know that they have the wisdom inside of themselves to speak on that subject and they have nothing memorized, maybe a few key points. But this is when wisdom starts to show up, even if you have your North Node in Sagittarius and you're only 12 years old. You'll see that this is a very big opportunity and time for you to expand your truth, find your truth, seek for your truths and find your truth. Do you know how few people live from a genuine truth? So right now, this Saturn Neptune conjunction is guiding you to live your philosophical belief system boldly and proudly and inspire others through living out the meaning of your truth, not proselytizing. But for example, one of my truths is love wins. And so when I embody my truth, right? I'm not telling you, you have to have that be your truth. You might be a person who says, love doesn't always win, Meredith. I'm living proof that love doesn't always win. Sometimes you have to fight. Sometimes you have to kill. Sometimes you have to hurt, right? So I'm not teaching you to take my motto, but if I live and if I am the embodiment of love wins, then maybe, just maybe, I will inspire somebody else or empower another person by living out the meaning of my motto or my belief system. So this is an exciting placement if you have your North Node in Sagittarius, because your destiny can ignite new, bold belief systems. And you might step away from belief systems that have shrunken you down to nothingness, right? It's almost like time to stop collecting truths and wisdoms borrowed from other people and time to just start initiating your own beliefs. Time to start living your belief system, trusting that your courage to explore and travel and maybe even publish what you know becomes the very guide or structure that guides you forward and maybe others onto their inspired path to their higher self as well. North Node in Capricorns are going to have a little bit of a harder time because this is a square. But what I love about this is Capricorns are up for this task. So you're going to feel a pressure right now. Capricorns are going to be put under pressure. And you are required right now to sort of redefine what the word authority means and what the word success and ambition means. So redefine it for yourself, redefine it for life, and redefine it for other people. So if you have a child and you have a Capricorn North Node and they are not embracing the concept of success like you would or have or believe in, that's an example of maybe needing to redefine what it means to be successful. And also, I want to tell you that you're going to have opportunities to lead from integrity and to become integral and to put integrity before obligation. So, I want to tell you that your soul will be tested for the next year around stepping into leadership positions, stepping into more or less responsibility, and becoming more or less authoritarian. So, the authority, are you the boss in your own life? I hope so. And if you are the boss, are you making good decisions that are helpful to you? So, I'm going to tell you that wherever your dreams have been vague, now they're going to crystallize. And you are going to have doors open that lead you to real world mastery around what your dreams entail. I also want to tell you that you're going to start, well, maybe I should say stop. You're going to stop postponing your ambition. I think you're going to get opportunities to claim your role as the builder of your own legacy and to learn to lead with integrity. Integrity is doing the right thing when nobody is looking. So this could be a time when you really change your ways. Um, I'm going to tell you, your vision is going to become crystal clear. You're going to get opportunities to work your vision, and the pathway might feel uncertain because this is a square and you might feel wobbly. That's okay. That's how it's supposed to feel. You are growing. It is uncomfortable. This is a very exciting opportunity for you because you're going to receive sort of the momentum, the gasoline, the fuel, the rocket fuel to propel you to higher places and spaces within your own soul's journey. You're going to fly to the moon. Yeah. Isn't this exciting? Do you guys like this series? Please interact with this, like it, and share it even with yourself. I don't know why, but my videos, just a lot of them are just going nowhere. I don't know what's happening. So I would be so grateful if you like my work and you support my work. Become a member, join for just $2.99. It puts 10 cents into my pocket and it allows me to have an editor. And I bought a brand new light. So hopefully the lighting's a little better too. But your support really means the world to me. And I am just so, so grateful for all of my members. I hope so much that you guys are loving learning more about the nodes because the nodes are so, so important. And I also hope that you watched last week's video about this greatest conjunction of your life with the South Node, and the interaction and the alchemy and what it's asking you to step away from. It's going to help you step out of the shadow side of your South Node, and it's going to help elevate you into the higher expression of your North Node. And the nodes are just like, I could do an entire reading, a 1 hour reading just on your nodal axis. And so, really understanding your nodal axis plus Pluto is what makes an evolutionary astrologer evolutionary. So, I hope so much you guys are liking this. And if you do, please like the video and please leave me a comment. I would love to hear your stories, and other people benefit by knowing how you feel these transits coming about. So the North Node in Aquarius, people, this is a sextile, just like the Gemini, and your soul's path right now is being supported through you being brave enough to innovate your life, you being brave enough to step outside of norms, you being brave enough to accept and express the parts of you that are unique, eccentric, and different, and also maybe helping the collective vision inside community somehow. So right now I'm just going to tell you your soul's path is helping you fulfill your destiny by contributing, you're going to see how you can create or contribute, or they just land in your lap, original, unique ideas that come to you that actually benefit humanity. So, not just your own life, but community. And there is a real desire right now to, I guess I should say, at this time, a piece of your dream will be about taking original ideas or just taking ideas that serve the greater good. And so I want to know, if you have your North Node in Aquarius, what's your cause? Is it the whales? Is it the trees? Is it the bees? Is it the lavender that attracts the bees? Is it organic growing? Is it being a vegan? Is it protecting your neighbors? Is it educating the world about a certain belief? Is it about, right, living off the grid? Is it about, I don't know, 5G rays? What is it about for my North Node in Aquarius people? And I want to tell you that your destiny is activated through innovation and intelligence, higher minded thinking that benefits the collective purpose. So, this is the moment in time when your ideas kind of stop being just personal to you and they start serving something much bigger than yourself. I think we can see this sometimes in music, where music transcends language, it transcends culture, heritage, religion, right? And it can create mood, I should say. And so I want to know what your dreams are. And I think you're going to see that there will be there will be catalysts that encourage you to put these dreams out into the world so other people can also benefit. Your future, I want to tell you, opens up when you detach from needing approval, when you stop having to play it safe because you know you'll get a lot of likes or clicks or just the approval of others. Like, play more boldly, you know, create or initiate bold new visions for your community, for other people, for systems, for structures, for the on the internet, and trust that your originality is actually meant to help society, to advance society, and to reshape the future, not just fit inside of the past. So, for everyone who has North Node in Pisces, this is also going to be a little bit more subtle, if you will. This is a semi-sextile, and your life lesson right now, or your soul's growth, is going to step into sort of a spiritual embodiment, learning to merge compassion with courage. And the one thing I really like about the North Node in Pisces with the Saturn Neptune conjunction in Aries is, at least you're working with your modern ruler, Neptune. And so you're learning how to merge compassion with courage, and you're learning to trust your intuition. And maybe you will even see divine guidance concretized. Like, you will actually physically see the magic somehow, in some way, shape, or form, while still remaining present in the world. You are not to escape right now. You are supposed to concretize your dreams. So, what is the song that sings in your heart? And how do you make that song come out and share it with the world, if you will? So, I want to tell you, this is where your destiny is also going to dismantle false savior roles, saving the world. This is also going to be a dismantling of how you escape the real world. And it's going to demand that your spirituality, what you believe in, the God that you believe in, becomes lived through you. So, what do you believe in? Do you believe in unconditional love? Let's say you do. Maybe you don't, but let's say you do, and you have a Pisces North Node. Are you a vessel of that very thought, unconditional love? So, what do you believe in around heaven and hell? And are you a living embodiment of that belief system? And also, I want to tell you, this is a time to really courageously initiate the magic making in your own life. Are you making magic? What magical, euphoric, artistic dreams are you putting out there into the world in concrete form? Are you cutting an album? Are you dancing? Are you learning how to play sound bowls or the bongos? Are you being an a movie director, a film writer, a book author, because this also has a creative side to it too. But I want to tell you right now, you are supposed to initiate what song is living in your heart, concretize it, put it in concrete form, build your sandcastle and put it out there into the world so you can feel fulfilled. And your path is going to open when you stop dissolving into saving other people, serving other people, connecting with other people's dreams, working their dream for them, doing their ideas. No, you have to do your dream. Yeah, I'm sure you probably have a job and you go to, and your boss asks you to do A, B, and C. Okay, I get it. But is that your dream? Because if you don't do your dream, you'll end up helping someone else do their dream. And this is the time to break free from that and choosing to have faith in yourself, have faith in your uncanny, original, zany dream, and take the lead. And also know that God is supporting you. If you believe in God, maybe you believe in a different creator, which is fine. No judgment here. I'm just saying, be brave and surrender into really living out your dream. And I want you to know your soul right now is going to reshape your reality, and your reality is going to become your dream. I know I don't have this placement either, but I am living my dream. I am a person who has done this very thing. This is my dream. This is my dream in concrete form. I never, ever imagined that my real life would incorporate living my dream. And I understand it's a blessing, and not everybody can do that. But I want to tell you to stop waiting for perfect certainty before you act upon your dream. And I want you to be willing to learn through your mistakes. I've made a million gazillion mistakes, and you all forgive me. And you're very, very sweet. The people on this channel are just so kind and so loving and so sweet. And I also want to tell you right now, with this North Node in Pisces, build your systems, build your habits, build your careers that support your ideals at the very least. So if you're not living out your dream, at least be involved with a company or a job or a corporation, or develop habits that at least are supportive to what you believe in. I also want to tell you that you've got to learn, you'll get the opportunity to learn over the next year how to say no, how to say no to people who have bad boundaries. And you might be pulled between doubt and faith and fear and courage and vision and reality. But the work is not necessarily choosing one over the other. It's just being okay with yourself when it doesn't look exactly the way in which you envisioned it. And so I want you to know that right now, for all 12 signs, now is the time to activate your dream. And your dream can be found in that North Node. And you can take responsibility for creating that dream, at least step by step by step. It could be baby steps. And so this is a time when your old identities are going to fall away, while a new identity around your dream, right, wants to come alive. It's such an exciting, exciting time for you. And what I'd like you to do is, I'd like you to take the invitation to do something, to do something in your life that propels the dream that lives inside of you forward. Anything. Build your website, take my astrology class, my next class, it's coming up, or whatever it is, learn how to play the guitar or go ice skating. I don't know what it is. Your dreams are probably much bigger than that. But I'm just inviting you to take one small step into a dream that lives inside of you, because this is such a beautiful time for the new birth. That 0 degrees Aries is the spring equinox. It's literally when you see the tulip pop up out of the dirt and it blossoms. And so you are the tulip in this story. Isn't it beautiful? It's just so beautiful. And I want you to go watch all the videos that I did on this greatest conjunction of your life. My sweet friend, you're never going to have it ever, 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 ever again. And you're never going to know anybody who also has it, because this is not going to happen for another 232 years, at least not in this sign of Aries, which is the ignition point. It's the ignition point. And I don't want you to miss it. I hope you've loved this series. I have absolutely loved doing it for you. And I just want to tell you, I hope I get to see you in Seattle. It is going to be absolutely amazing. But wherever you live in the world, I want you to know that I am thinking about you and I'm wishing you the very, very best. So take good care. Bye for now.